Hello, everybody. Today I'm here with the next set of levels for Dr. Mario World, and I feel like I got super lucky on a lot of these levels here. Most of them I did end up beating on my first try, or just after a couple tries, and this is all in one recording, which probably hasn't happened in a very long time, so I was very happy that I was able to do it, and even though I don't think the levels were any easier, I think I just got a lot luckier. So for this first one, there's only blue viruses. I didn't even bring in a blue point boost assistant, but I still got 3 stars, so I don't think 3 stars should be too big of a problem for you here. But the main thing is that there's a lot of blocks in your way, and there are a lot of cannons that are hidden as well. So the idea is when you get those cannons, you want to make sure you're hitting them on a good turn. And basically, anywhere except like down would be pretty good. I think I end up going for the side on one and then going through the middle on another, which is one of the best ways you could do it, I would think. Maybe going up would be good as well. I don't know. I guess it depends on how many more hits you have in those blocks. But you can see there are 2 viruses still hidden for me here, and they're kind of surrounding this blue virus that we can already see. And you do have to clear all the crates as well, which can be a little annoying, but a lot of them do get hit on their own, and the cannons can help with it a little bit, but there'll definitely be some at the end that you have to clear yourself. And I would just suggest whenever there's a crate near something, you might as well just go for it, because you're gonna have to clear that crate eventually anyways. Like right here, I started going through the middle and I realized, oh, I need to go down to these crates anyways. I could have saved myself 1 capsule, but it doesn't really matter. Just bringing down 2 more double capsules. Double blue capsules, I guess I should say. And with 8 capsules remaining, we get plenty of points. I think it's like 10,000 extra. I only had 23 already, so I did not need much more. I would imagine if you brought in a blue point boosting assistant, you would have gotten 3 stars before the stage even ended. And this one I did have to take a couple of tries. I think only 2 tries, so pretty good. But that box of fans is really annoying, and I think there's like 2 floating viruses, which are really annoying as well. Just depending on where they go, I guess. If they stay away from the fans entirely, then they're not annoying, but in my experience, at least 1 went into the middle, and that's just pretty brutal. And my suggestion for that is to just leave it till the end, or get rid of it immediately, because if you leave it till the end, you're going to have to unice it completely. It's going to be fully iced for sure. If you get rid of it right away, you won't have to worry about it at the end, but will sacrifice a few viruses on the outside. It's probably your best bet though. I should have went for it. I think I do end up going for it before it gets iced, and then it just stays in the box. I think it just goes in the middle. Yeah, so I did go for it. And then it goes to the middle, and then I guess I leave it alone, which is very stupid of me, but I got a lot of extra reds as well. I guess not even extra reds, just reds. And I didn't need them at this point. I can use it to break this barrel, which will unfortunately freeze the one in the middle, which, if I remember correctly, I was going to go for right after as well. But unfortunately it did freeze that one in the middle, so I ended up just leaving it, which probably wasn't a great idea either. So it's going to be completely iced by the end of this. It's already completely iced. But at this point, I'm like, okay, it's already iced, so now we're just going to go for everything else. And I probably should have went for the bottom red first, because then nothing would have been frozen down there. But I guess something else would have been frozen anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Everything is completely frozen except for that red and the blue, and I'm very scared right now. And then I unlocked this, and I don't think it even matters. Yeah, it didn't matter, really. I got some extra points from it, I guess. And then at this point here, I decided to avoid that red bomb entirely. Just because I guess I got enough blues. I didn't want to trigger any more fans if I didn't need to. At this point though, actually no, I do trigger it. So what I ended up doing was, since everything is already completely iced, we just get some extra points here. if not to just get Wario's skill, right? And then just entirely focus on this yellow one in the middle. It won't freeze itself. So I also got 2 double yellows, which was very nice. And very easy to clear it at that point. And while 3 hearts might seem like a really bad reward, for me I was like out of hearts. Wait, no, I'm full. Okay, never mind. But I do end up with like 0 hearts, I think. After maybe this level or maybe the next level. I believe this one I get Toad, yep. But as I've said before, and I was wrong, this time I'm not wrong. I end with 5 capsules remaining. There's no way I ever got to 3. I would have ended with 2, and I had 3 stars already. So the Toad did not do anything, just as a disclaimer. And this level can definitely be tricky. And with Wario, I played it once as Wario, and I just was nowhere near completing it. I was like, there's no way you can do this with Wario. Maybe there's a way. Maybe if you bring in like King Boo, you get enough. I hate that strategy though, so I didn't want to do that. And it just felt like there's so much cluttered on stage, and the iced ones will take a few hits. Why not just clear out a huge like 3x3 area with Fire Rosalina? And I think she's pretty good for this one. It did take me a couple of tries, so someone's probably better. But there's just a lot of awkward situations. For example, a virus between a key and a door can be super weird. And also, just depending on what Rosalina decides to hit for you, it could either go very well or just hit a single virus off on its own, which in some ways is your own fault, honestly, because you could have cleared that before you triggered her skill. You knew what you were getting into when you triggered it, but sometimes you just hope you get lucky. I know that feeling. And right now I really just want to get this red out of the way. Like I said, I don't want Fire Rosalina to deal with it, so I will. And then triggering her now. She clears some of those yellows for me, which is nice. I decide I just need to pick a side, clear out everything, and let Rosalina's final skill get the other corner. So I go for the left corner here. No particular reason. I guess I just felt like I was there's a little bit more access to it. I think ultimately was the right move because I only got a couple of blues and I got a lot of yellow and a lot of red. So like that double red there was great. Now we have her skill. I got rid of that red just to ensure it hit this corner. It didn't hit the berry corner, but all that's left is some crates. So like you can see, 5 capsules remaining, 3 stars already achieved. Toad did nothing for me. Basically, if you beat that stage, you're going to get 3 stars. I think even without the point boosting assistance, I'd say that's probably true. 969, whoa. And this level I thought was easy. I accidentally brought in Fire Rosalina again, but she worked out, so either she didn't do much and you can beat this level with anyone, or she's actually pretty good for this one. I have no idea. But the idea is you're going through the middle here and clearing out all these sections. Most of the time you're hitting shells, but there's a couple of bombs on the way as well. And sometimes the colored crates line up nicely, and a lot of times they don't. And can make for some awkward situations. And the floating viruses get in your way as well. And sometimes I was just foolish and placed capsules the way I did not intend it to. But after all of that, I still ended up beating it with 3 stars on my first try. So that's why I just think, at the very least, this one's forgiving. And what's nice about Fire Rosalina on this one is if she hits any floating viruses, they're just done. The bubbled viruses as well are just cleared, both of their hits. If she hits the middle, it just makes it a little bit easier to get through. Basically, the only way something bad can happen with Fire Rosalina is what just happened, where she just cleared that one floating virus on the top. It was very unfortunate. I didn't think she would do it, but she did it to me. And then here I mess up a little bit, so I need to work my way in here. Bring down a red if I can. I have so many yellows, I just get rid of some of them. Actually, I ditched the red idea entirely and just go for that bomb. Now we've gotten the lock opened up. And now it's kind of just a frantic race to the finish here. I oftentimes accidentally set off a bunch of the cannons, and the bombs will do a lot for you no matter what, but the cannons can do a little bit for you if you set it up the right way. If you just point them up and down, they'll just destroy themselves and the bombs, so I guess it's nice in that way as well. And I think I did that on both sides. Now I have no red capsules, all blue and yellows. And my thought process here was I should just focus on one thing and leave the other thing. And I probably should have went for the yellows, but it gave me so many blues. But I think I end up going for everything. And with this kind of little stack of blue and yellows I have here, once I get rid of this yellow one at the bottom, I have the blues I need for this one. So I don't even need Rosalina's skill, although obviously she would have cleared it for me anyways. So I think we did pretty good on that one, all things considered, especially with only blue and yellow viruses remaining for quite a while. And now I move on to the final one, and this one suggested Fire Rosalina, so I was like, hey, why not? Let's try her. And I feel like she didn't do all that much for me. Maybe this is another one I got lucky, maybe this is another one that's not too hard. My thought process behind the beginning of this one was you want the cannons to line up so that they hit the bottom rows, so I will put these in between so that when it's cleared, it'll all clear on its own. And the idea of it is sound. Actually, I think that's probably the best way to do it, but I ended up clearing this side with a double red, which works out pretty well also. But the way I do it on this side works perfectly fine too. Basically, you're going to have one virus all by itself, like this red one. Once you clear the red one, the blue crate will open up, and the same thing, sorry, got crate, barrel. The same thing will happen to the yellows. I probably did a little bit of a premature use of her skill there, but it did a little bit, so I guess it served its purpose. I just wanted to get rid of that colored crate there. I had no real reason for it. I felt like I oftentimes could barely see anything on stage, and every time I got Rosalina's skill, she was clearing so little just because you couldn't see much. Like there, she did get the coin for me, and a couple of viruses that were iced, I think. But there was more opportunity, I feel like, if I let the stage scroll a little bit more, but I was constantly just so far ahead of the stage, it felt like. So at this point, again, triggering her skill, she did a little bit. I would have preferred she hit that yellow virus in the middle. That would have been really nice, and would have made it a lot easier to clear this section. But unfortunately, I ended up doing it manually. I don't remember if I get a double yellow, but that definitely would have been helpful. I probably didn't. Just going up. I would assume we go for this yellow right after this. Yeah. So we do that there. I think I destroyed the blues at some point. And also I considered not using Fire Rosalina's skill, but I just end up doing it. She actually knocks that tower over for me, so I can use the capsules from it now. And then just working on the stuff kind of a little bit more awkward to get to first before going for the rest. This blue one ended up leaving, which kind of worked out. I wouldn't normally do that, but there's a cannon at the bottom that I end up using to clear it anyways. That blue colored crate on the top means nothing. If you don't clear that, it won't matter. But now the entire stage is available to me. I kind of just sat here and analyzed for a second. I believe what they want you to do is in the bottom left corner, there's that blue bomb. If you hit that and make sure the red cannon is on the right side, it will shoot over to the right and get that coin in the bottom corner for you. Doesn't seem like there's any other way to get to that coin, as far as I can see. I guess you could get rid of you could blow up that bomb, get rid of the doors, and then you could be able to hit that cannon from the side, but I think the way I did it was a lot better. And now all that's left is this one virus and then a few coins. So I set up these to get rid of that blue. Like I said, I want that cannon to hit the blue up top. So I end up using the remaining capsules I have to hit this side, making sure I get the cannon on the right side, blowing it up, and then this one thing is left here. Luckily I got 2 more reds to work with, and that's it. Again, I feel like I got super lucky on that one. I don't know. Maybe that one's just easy. There's no way for me to know, but thank you guys for watching. I'm really happy that went as well for me as it could have, and I'm hoping the same can be said for the rest of the levels. So I'll see you then when I get to them. Goodbye.